Okay, yeah, welcome to step number 2. In this short training video, now that in step 1 we showed you where to find the accounts and the parameters of which ones you're looking for. In this video, this is pretty simple as well. It's just to complete the forms. Now, to where to find your forms, there is a link below this video where you can access forms and get as many. I think you can order as many as 4, as little as 4, and as many as 20 or 30 at a time, I forget. But once you click the link, it'll give you the option to buy access 4, 10, 20, or 30 processing forms at one time. Okay, and they're accessible below this video as well. Okay, but in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to complete and how easy it is to complete the video or to complete one of the processing forms online. So this is one of the online forms right here. They will get emailed to you once you have requested them from one of the links below. And basically in the first part, it's really simple. All you're doing is putting your information. So your full name, you're just putting that in this area here. And then you're putting your mailing address. Okay, so your physical actual mailing address where you live, and your email address in number 3. Number 4, you're putting the account holder's name if it's applicable. Okay, so if it's not applicable, you just put NA, but one of the ones that we found, we're just going to use this one, Alice, where you're going to use Alice Abbott. So basically all I would do is copy and paste that into here. Okay, so very simple, copy. You can write it in, you can type it in there if you want. I find it very easy just to type it in there, and then you just hit OK. Okay, so the number 5 thing you're going to put in there is the account holder's last known address, and that simply is here. Some of the states or provinces will actually give a current address and a last known address, or sorry, a last known address or a bank address. You want to put the actual address name in there. Okay. And then the next thing you want to do is the outstanding balance, which is really simple. That's the amount over here. So this one would be $1,487, which would be a really nice chunk of change, right? So based on what you watched in the orientation, how much we get paid of that, very, 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 very nice account. That's the outstanding balance. The property ID, number 7. All you're doing is taking the proper ID, as you can see it right here. Sometimes it'll say account file number, or file ID, or something like that. This one, for property ID, just copy and paste that number, and you put it in the property ID. The 8th question that it's asking you for is the type of account, okay? And sometimes it does not give you the type of account. This one it does. It says stored valued gift card because it's the property type. Okay, sometimes it'll say asset type or something like that. You just put store, you just copy and paste that. I'm just showing you how to do something basically, but you guys get the hang of this. It's really simple. Sometimes it'll be a savings account, a checking account, a dividend, a trust, something like that. This one is a gift card, okay, a gift certificate. And then the last but not least, the only thing that you need to complete on there is state or province the account was found at the site, which would have been on this one. Remember, we did it in Texas. So I would just go back here, put Texas in there, and then hit done. And once I hit done, it will submit it to the brokerage company. And that's all you need to do for step number 2 to complete the forms. Okay, so like again, just to recap on step number 2, you're just taking the data that I showed you in step number 1, where to find the accounts, putting it onto your online processing submission forms, like I showed you here. Go through the 9 different questions basically. The first 3 are personal information so they know who to pay you, but then the rest of them are the account information you're taking off of the UBA database and putting it into here. You click done, it will submit it for you. Okay, and that's it. And you can, there's no limit on how many of these you can do a day. You can do 10 a day if you want. You can do 50 a day if you want. That's a lot. But let's say you wanted to do 3 or 4. I tried to do anywhere between, remember, I'm making more than $10,000 a week doing this now. So I try to do anywhere from, minimum I will do 10 a week. Depending on the size of them, but I'll minimum do 10 a week. But some weeks I do as many as 50 in a week. Okay, to be able to make 50 or make $8, $9, $10, $12,000 a week. My biggest week so far has been $15,000 in 1 week. Okay, as you can see, I know this sounds like crazy, but there's over $58 billion that these guys are processing. So it's a lot of money out there for us to make, and there's only a limited amount of us, so there's a lot of opportunity for us to make money. Don't let anything hold you back from doing this, guys. Now, this is the conclusion of step number 2. It's very simple as I'm doing. I'm probably talking more than I need to be showing you, but I want to make sure that you understand how simple and you need to get started on this is, because there's just money sitting there for us. And if you're not going to process it, I'm going to process it, or somebody else is going to process it. So as long as it's in the account, as long as you complete that submission form and get it in before someone else is taking it off the board, you get paid for it. Okay, and again, if you need a review to how much you're getting paid for these, go back to the orientation video at the top. Now, that concludes step number 2. There's only one step left, and that's step number 3. So I'll see you over in very, very crucial in step number 3, because that's where you're going to set up, you're going to make your submission on how you're going to get your money. Okay, so you've just submitted your form, but now they need to know how do you want to get paid. So you need to make sure you complete that in step number 3. Okay, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you over in step number 3 so we can conclude things and you can get started on your own making some money from home processing unclaimed bank accounts.